Today we are starting our new series of video classes on for 12th standard economics. So in that we are going to see national income. So the subject of economics quite interesting, and today we are going to see some basic in national income. Before we see the basics of national income, let us try and recollect some of the concepts which you have studied in 11th standard. So I have listed some of the questions. So let us review what we have seen in 11th standard. So what are the various indicators of human development? What is sustainable development? Name the three sources of power. The newly emerging jobs are found in dash sector, which sector? What are the sources of human capital? So try and pause the video now. Try and note down the answers for the questions. We will discuss in the video session that we are going to see today evening. Okay? So let us now go into the subject, see the concept of national income. Now we will go into today's topic, national income. So before I enter into the topic, let us see something in general. Consider yourself. You are now a student of 12th standard. Do you earn? Do you have your income of own? Are parents asking you to earn at this stage, get income for the house? No. Most of the cases, 99% no. Yes. So you are not supposed to earn. You don't have any income. So what you are supposed to do? Your parents invest on you for studies. So that you can gain ability, you can gain knowledge, you can gain skill to become a earning member of the family in future years, to have your own income. They facilitate you. Same way, a country, India, has to have an income to establish itself in world arena, to show to the world that India is capable of something, India is having something, India is capable of doing something. So, for that, what needs to be done? For example, you have a lot of cotton with you. Is mere possession of cotton enough? No. You have land, you grow cotton, you have loads and loads of cotton stuff. There is no point in that. You have to process the cotton, produce some garment, cotton shirt. So likewise, nation has to involve in production. So what all it does in the process of production, and after the process of production, what the nation gets is national income. So your father is earning 30,000, 40,000. So that is your family income. Likewise, through production in an economy, whatever a nation earns, whatever a nation does and earns, gets money, is called national income. So for that, what has to be done? If an economy has to get national income, it has to produce. For producing, what are needed? Factors of production. So factors of production is what are the things needed for producing, so that India is a self-dependent economy, interdependent economy, independent economy. So for that, they have three. So land, labor, capital. So for producing something, we need three basic things, very important. Land, labor, capital. So you need to have, for producing cotton, as I told you, you need to have land. Producing rice, you need to have land. Even for car manufacturing, you need to have land. For anything that has to be done in earth, for anything needs to produce, you need to have land. So you have land. Production will not happen of its own. So you need somebody to work for you and earn and produce. So that is labor. Okay, land is there, labor is there. Will the production happen? You need to pay the labor, correct? You need to buy machinery, correct? For that you need money. So that is capital investment. So three things are very important: land, labor, capital. So, okay. I told you that is a production. So what basically an economy does, it produces goods. So what is a good? You have raw material, you have cotton. So cotton is not good. You process the cotton, you produce a yarn, and then yarn goes to a textile processing company and it manufactures shirt. So shirt is the good, cotton is not good, cotton is raw material. So when there is no need for further processing of that item, that you call as goods. So in that good you have two things: consumption good, capital goods. So consumption good means I use it. I have manufactured this shirt, I am using the shirt, I am putting it. So I manufacture a car, I am using it. That is, I have manufactured rice, I am consuming it. The product gets destroyed in the process of consumption. There is no more rice if I consume it. So that is consumption good. For example, you take a car. You take this blackboard. I have bought this. Okay? So, when I take in class, after the end of the class, that the board vanishes? No. Board is still there. I am using it. For the next class, I will use it. So, the goods which does not get consumed through the process of production, that is called a capital good. For example, machinery. And then, there are certain items which are in between these two. It is called consumer durable. It means you keep on using it again and again and again. So that is consumer durable. For example, tea. So these are the basic things in national income. Now let us come to circular flow of income. Before that, I would like you to know one important basic thing. Net investment. For running business, I invest some money. So that is investment, gross investment. So I buy a machinery. So what happens? I use it for 20 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. After that, what happens? The machinery, the value of the machinery reduces. Yes? So the mobile which you bought 10 years ago doesn't have any value now. So the value of the machinery is getting reduced. That is called depreciation. So you would have bought for 10 lakhs a machinery, but now the value might be only 5 lakhs. So the depreciation, you have to minus from gross investment. You will get net investment that you have made in your business. That is net investment. I will tell you why I have told this term when we are finding out detail in national investment. Now let us see about circular flow of income. So we are seeing national income. So what happens in an economy? So this is a simple economy. You have two things: firm, household. Yes? Firms, household. What is a firm? A company, an industry, a manufacturing unit. That is a firm. Shop, anything which sells, manufactures. Household is ourselves. House, home, neighborhood. This is household. So what happens? First you see, we buy a product. Yes, So we spend money to buy a product from a firm. I want to buy this shirt. I go to a textile shop, garment shop and buy. Household buys from the firm. What they do, they provide services to the household. Now, the other thing, household, they work in firm. They manufacture the goods. They take part. I work in a hotel. For example, a person who works in a hotel. He takes part in services. He provides services. I am teaching. I am a lecturer. I teach. So I am doing a service. So I am involved in serving in a firm. What firm does to me? I work in a college. For what firm does to me? It pays me. So factor payment. So the household spends. Firm provides services. Household gets involved in manufacturing. They get paid. So you see, whatever goes in comes out. There is no loss involved, there is no leakage involved anywhere in this economy. This is a case of simple economy. Got it? So now, I have a doubt. Is this enough in a real time situation? Is it that only household produces in a firm gives services? That's all? No other factor involved? There are a lot of other factors involved also, like government. So he has to pay, the firm has to pay tax to the government. So income tax, the household has to pay income tax to the government. And the firm not only supplies, gives services to the household, it will export their item, it will import certain item and have transactions with the other countries. So for the simple sake, I have taken a simple economy. So now, listen, apart from this, in this diagram, you would have noticed the 3 letters A, B, C. What is it? I have told you how the national income flows in the economy. Now the question is, how to determine the national income? How to find out how much income India earns? I told you what is the national income? Whatever India earns by providing goods and services is the national income. So how much income our country earns? How to find out? For that, 3 cases I am taking. Household spending. Spending means expenditure. We have an expenditure. So that is a method, first method, A, expenditure method to find out the national income. So goods and services. What is a good? It's a product. Sure, it's a product. So B, product method. And this is factor payment. Payment means what? I get income. Your father gets income, salary. So that is income method. So the 3 methods are there to find out the national income. One is expenditure method, product method. This is income method. 3 methods are there. We will see detail the 3 methods now. We have seen in the previous thing that what is national income, flow of national income, factors of production we have seen. I have told you how many factors of production? 3 factors of production. Apart from that, there is one more factor of production called organization. So you need organization to run the business. So that is one more, 4th factor of production. Now let us see 3 methods of finding out the national income. First method is expenditure method. Second one is product method. Third is income method. I told you when we have to use expenditure, product and income. So now we will deal about product method. So take an example. There is a farmer. He produces wheat. So he cultivates the land, produces wheat. So that wheat has a money value of say 100 rupees. It's an assumption. Farmer produces wheat which has a money value of 100 rupees. Now, he has produced wheat. He can't do anything with it. He has to sell the wheat. He sells the wheat to a baker. Baker buys the wheat from the farmer. He doesn't need the whole 100 rupees wheat. He buys only 50 rupees from the farmer. Baker buys wheat of value 50 rupees from the farmer. And he makes bread, he makes cake, he makes so many bakery items of value 200. I repeat, there is a farmer, he cultivates wheat of value 100. There is a baker who buys wheat from farmer for value of 50 rupees and produces goods worth 200 rupees. Bakery items worth 200 rupees. As seen in the previous class, net value is equal to gross value minus depreciation. So in this method we are going to see about the product. So value of the product. So gross value added to the product is gross value of output minus value of intermediate good. So the wheat is turned into wheat flour. That has a value. Ashwagandha atta has a value in buying for nothing. So that is intermediate good. So net value, gross value added will be gross value of the output wheat minus that value of the wheat flour, value of the intermediate product. So net value added will be gross value added minus depreciation of the manufacturing unit, machine. So assume this is for one manufacturing unit, one company. In an economy, there are so many bakeries, there are so many manufacturing units. So there are n firms manufacturing the product from wheat, baking the wheat flour. So there are n firms are there. So now you have to calculate for each firm you have calculated. You have to add for each firm and find out the national income for the whole country. So gross domestic product, you have to understand this term very well. Gross domestic product is the total value of the goods and services produced, manufactured, serviced in a economy for a period of 1 year within the domestic territory. That is gross domestic product. Sum total of GDs. So for each firm you have found out, so you have to find out for the sum GVA1, first firm, second firm, like that, up to n firms. So now if you add, in mathematics if you add like this, if there are n firms, that will be represented by sigma I is equal to 1 to n, capital N is the number of firms, GVA I for one firm. This will give you the gross domestic product. This is how you have to find out by product method. Next we will see the expenditure method. We have seen about the product method. Now we will see the expenditure method. So in the previous method, when I explained, I used an example. Remember, farmer baker example. In that, what the farmer does? Farmer produces wheat of value 100 rupees and baker produces values worth 200, goods worth 200 by getting wheat of worth 500. So aggregate value of output from farmer is 50. He gives 50 to the baker. Baker produces goods worth 200. So the aggregate value of the output is 200 plus 50, 250 per year. Now RVI, revenue for a firm, is CI plus II plus GI plus XI. So it seems complex, it is nothing. So we'll see what is CI, IA, GI. CI is consumer expenditure. I buy this pen. How much I spend to buy this pen? Consumer expenditure. II, investment expenditure. To manufacture this pen, the firm producing this pen invests some money. That is investment expenditure. Government expenditure. So for giving public utility, government spends some money for establishing airport, railway station. It gives so many, provides so many facilities. So for that, government expenditure. Export. I manufacture this pen. The manufacturer exports this to various countries. That becomes export expenditure. So now revenue from a firm is sum total of consumer expenditure, investment expenditure, government expenditure, export expenditure. Now, as we have done in the previous method, there are n firms. I sigma I is equal to 1 to n. Total revenue for a country is revenue from all the firms. I is equal to 1 to n, consumer expenditure, investment expenditure, government expenditure and export. So now I do a consumer expenditure. This pen can be manufactured by another company in foreign. For example, pizza is a Domino's Pizza is a foreign firm. It establishes company here and sells goods and takes some money abroad. So that will not come in our income. So we are calculating GDP means it's our income, domestic income. It will not come. That he has taken outside. Domino's has sold pizza here, taken the money out. So that will be deducted. Consumption expenditure, consumer expenditure minus consumption expenditure abroad. For like that for everything, investment from abroad, government expenditure coming from outside, we take loan from other countries, World Bank. So G minus GM, like that. Export it will not come. We are going to sell and get money from it. That will not come here. So that is total revenue is this much. C minus CM, substitute here, plus I minus IM, plus G minus GM, plus sigma I is equal to 1 to n, xi. Now our GDP will be C plus I plus G plus X minus M. This is the how to calculate national income, gross domestic product by expenditure method. Now one more method, last method we will see, income method. Now we will see the last method among the three methods, income method. So in income method, household we saw in flow of income. Household, your father in your household earns money, salary, wages. A labor works in a factory, earns wages. So WI is wages and salaries. PI is gross profit. So this pen is produced for say 10 rupees and I sell it for 20 rupees. Profit is 10 rupees apart from manufacturing cost. So that is gross profit. Interest payment. So I get loan from bank, they pay interest for that. So that is interest payment. Household lives in a house, they pay rent. So that is RM, rent. So in this method, GDP is calculated. Say there are M households in the economy. So wages and WI, PI, INI, RM is for individual household. There are M households, we have to sum as we have seen. Sigma is equal to 1 to M, WI, plus sigma is equal to 1 to M, PI, plus sigma is equal to 1 to M, INI, plus sigma is equal to 1 to M, RI. That will give the whole GDP for the economy. What is GDP? Well, total value of goods and services produced in an economy within the domestic environment for a period of 1 year. So W plus P plus IN plus R. So GDP is equal to, we have seen this earlier, we are concluding. This is over, this method is over up to here. In the previous method, expenditure method, we have seen GDP is C plus I plus G plus X minus M. This is by expenditure method. This is by income method. W plus P plus IN plus R. So this brings us to the end of this chapter. There is one more little concept of GDP indicators also, which I will take. So up to this, let us close and recollect what we have seen, summarize what we have seen in the whole lesson. So first what we have seen about what is the economy, what is production, what is factors of production. There are 4 factors of production: land, level, capital, organization. Then comes your national income cycle, circular flow of national income. So we have we have studied how the income flows in the economy. So then how you find out the national income? There are 3 methods. Expenditure method, product method, income method. How these 3 methods? Why 3 methods? So in a household they earn income, correct? You see go to the thing which I drew the figure. The household gets income. So that will come under income method. They spend money to buy a product. Then expenditure method. And the firm produces the product, manufactures the pen. That is product method. So only we have 3 methods. You have to understand. So this is the total national income. So indicator of national income is GDP. What is GDP? Gross domestic product. Means total value of goods and services produced in an economy for a period of 1 year under the geographical territory. Whatever we are producing within India, that is our GDP. Okay? So hope the class was interesting to you. If you have any doubts, you can put in the comment section. Also, we will be having shortly this evening, we will be having an online session. I will be taking, you watch the video and you can post I will be discussing in detail in the video session. So do join us for the video session. And if you want to join for the video session, you can contact in the number given in the description box. So thank you so much. Please subscribe to our channel. Like, comment, share and subscribe.